What is going on? Welcome back to the YouTube. It wouldn't be the start of a YouTube video if it wasn't for the morning coffee. Code Black is where I got these beans from, and they're absolutely delicious. Without a doubt, incredible. Anywho, in today's video, I'm going to take you through a full day of eating to get massive. What am I eating as a natural pro bodybuilder to put on as much muscle as possible in this off season? You're about to find out. So it's obviously early days in the day. So starting off with the coffee, I'm about to go do some steps and then we're going to get cracking on with the day. I'm going to run you through everything I eat in terms of, meal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, intra-workout, pre-workout, all those bits and bobs, anything that I'm putting in my mouth. Anyway, let's do some steps. Alrighty, so as I do my steps, I think a big common thing amongst off-season and a lot of my clients actually tell me is that they struggle with appetite. They really struggle with appetite. And I think one of the things that people then do is, immediately upon wake, they're trying to stuff down a meal. And whilst I think people are often constrained by time, I would urge anyone to get up maybe a slight bit earlier, even whether it's 10, 15 minutes earlier. Go for a 10, 15, 20 minute walk first thing in the morning, just to build up that appetite and build up that metabolism. So I think that's super beneficial, because if you're waking up trying to go straight into a first meal, that can lead to not being able to digest it very well, hunger levels going down, particularly if you're trying to stuff down a pretty big meal first thing in the morning. And we're trying to get huge, aren't we, in this off season, so we need to get the food down. We've got our morning greens. What do we got? We've got In a Dose daily greens. Excellent greens powder, by the way. Tastes amazing. We've also got collagen. We've got glutamine. It's a morning health shake / poop shake. Always does the trick. And this concoction, something I do recommend. Lots of my clients sponsor me. In a Dose. Meal number 1 going down post shower. Got 4 poached eggs, got about 150 grams, give or take, of sourdough. It's never going to be exact, but it's a give or take there. In terms of the calories for this meal, 36 grams of protein, 21 grams of fat, 66 grams of carbs. So a nice little protein, carb, fat meal to start the day. Not too heavy on the carbs, and that's something that I generally do. And often actually advocate for carbless first meals generally, but when the carbs are so high, or high in the off season, you probably can't be having carbless meals in the first meal. But anyway, poached eggs on toast, you cannot go wrong unless you can't find eggs. So there's been an egg shortage of late, and I don't know if anyone else has been experiencing the same thing, but I posted on my story the other day, and we went to like 4 or 5 different grocery stores like Coles, Woolly, Aldi, Greengrocers and that kind of thing, but we found some at IGA. Great success. So let's chow down and enjoy poached eggs. Honestly, I don't think I would ever get sick of this poached eggs. Actually, who remembers in the prep vlogs where at times I often had refeeds where I had poached eggs on toast, and I was trying to figure out how many poached eggs on toast I could eat? I'm still wondering that. This could be a video. Yeah, comment down below if you think this should be a video. How many poached eggs do you think I could eat in one sitting? Could it be 10 poached eggs on toast? I reckon I could do it. Got Olivia in the background giving me confirmation that she reckons I can do it. So as long as she got faith, I can do 10 poached eggs on toast. But comment down below if you think I should do that. I've just been sitting here doing a few work bits for the past hour, give or take, whilst making sure I get hydrated before the next meal, which will be my pre-workout meal. But anyway, I'm so excited, and I don't know how I can convey it more than saying this. I probably think the look on my face and the way that I'm articulating myself goes to show how excited I am for my coaching. I've just been going through some client programming and some updates, some check-ins, some onboarding as well. So honestly, I'm just so excited for all the progress that all my clients are making, which is absolutely awesome. I'm continuously improving the way that I do things, whether it's from an education educational perspective to make sure that I'm delivering the best service possible and constantly improving that aspect. And ultimately then the back end as well. So then making sure that the clients receive the best experience possible, making sure it's as streamlined as possible, so they're getting the best service as I can possibly give. Plenty more to come. You'll probably see it all on the socials, on Instagram. Investing a lot of time, effort, money, and all of that into how I advertise myself, how I put everything out there. So it's exciting times, and I can't wait. There's so much more to come. I just want to fast forward to what 12 months is going to look like, and I tell you what, it's going to look a hell of a lot different than it does right now. So all in the pipeline. Okie dokie. We're in for meal number 2, aka pre-workout meal. So what do we have? We've got 100 grams of rice, 150 grams of chicken. How boring. How boring. So in terms of calories, I'll tell you straight from MyFitnessPal, 41 protein, 80 carb, minimal trace fats from the chicken. So we've obviously got our 3 grams of salt, 2 grams of pink salt, and 1 gram of low salt, the higher potassium salt. You might ask, why is it such a boring, bland meal as your pre-workout meal? So currently where I'm at in the off season is that I like to actually have my pre-workout meal as kind of almost my smallest meal of the day. Often during a competition prep, you would incorporate some fats to slow down the digestion to keep you satiated throughout the session and fueled. But at the minute, I don't really get that feeling. It's not like I'm going through my workouts and feeling like I'm super hungry mid-workout or that kind of thing. So not necessarily a necessity. Equally, I don't really want veggies or that kind of thing in a pre-workout meal, because that'll then again slow down digestion, and I just don't want anything in my stomach as I'm training. Particularly it's RDL day and I'm wanting to brace, lock in nice and tight, and we can't be having that happening, feeling bloated in the stomach or needing to shit myself or anything like that. TMI. Anyway, so let's nail this and get cracking to head to the gym. I've just realized as I put my shoes on that my outfit is a little bit rogue. Let me just put you down here. What do you think? MBW in the light grey pants, and then the Powerhouse Bev Francis in New York hoodie, grey on grey, black shoes. Bit rogue, but it's our RDL pool session attire. Alrighty, so we're in at the gym. Now it's a good opportunity to tell you about my intra workout, of which I've got 25 grams of carbs from Farley Brand Cyclic Dextrin. I've got my EAAs in here, I've got my creatine, and I've got my electrolytes. The perfect intra workout concoction. Anyway, as you can see, I'm a bit puffed. I've just done my top set on the RDL. So I did 210 for 7. So last rotation when I trained with Mitch, I did 205 for 7. And in fact, I reckon I filmed this full session a couple rotations ago. Was that 190 or 200? 195, maybe 190 or 200. Either way, 210 for 7, I'll take that. My aim is to be in the 4 to 6 rep range. However, in saying that, I'm obviously wanting to maintain my execution, remain tight and controlled throughout the movement. So that felt relatively solid. That was sort of a bit of a jump up. I think I did 200 for 8 a couple of rotations ago, then 205 for 7, now 210 for 7. So the ideal would just be to consolidate this 210. If I can get it for 7 or 8 next rotation, but with a little bit better execution, that would be spot on. What did cause me a little bit of trouble was I don't know if you can see, just there, the callus has been ripped off, and I've also got a bit of a cut there on this pointer finger on my left hand. Anyway, needs must. We've got wraps, we've got chalk, and we're staying locked in. Anyway, I'm gonna do a back off now of 3 plates and doing constant tension reps, so not locking out at the top, not squeezing my glutes at the top, pausing at the bottom. It's a brutal set, but it keeps tension on the hamstrings the whole time, and really gets the ball rolling. So the RDL. Oh, and prior to this, I did do Nautilus pull down unilaterally, and I did 4 plates plus a 5 plus a 2.5, so 87.5 per side. Got it for 8. It'd be cool if we can do 4.5, maybe 5 plates on it at some point. So see how we go. Anyway, we've got the RDL back off to go. All right, we're just finishing up on some preacher curls now, and we've got some rear delts after this. Anyway, before the session, I was actually talking, shout out to Brandon. I know he watches the YouTube videos. I was talking to him about heavy hip hinge movements and just the emphasis and the importance of them, and how it really does create a bigger, denser, wider back for so many people. He asked me sort of why I do sort of my heavy hip hinges, like an RDL, a block SLDL,
I think the results speak for themselves. Anyone who does heavy hip hinges, whether it's a deadlift, conventional, stiff leg, RDL, anything of that like, I think there's just no machine substitute for them. So, the messaging for anyone who wants a bigger, denser back, do your heavy hip hinges. It's night and day, and the proof is in the pudding for so many people. And I know for a lot of people, they stray away from it because they might have a sore lower back or they might have injuries and whatnot. But I almost think that's the reason why you've got a sore lower back or that kind of area. So it's because the muscles surrounding it, whether it's your lower back, your glutes, your hamstrings, your hips and all of that is tight. They're weak inherently. The muscles surrounding it are weak. So you've got to strengthen them, obviously safely. So things that can often be a bit of a stepping stone to a heavy hip hinge might be like a hyperextension or something along those lines to build up those muscles to allow you to do those heavy hip hinges. Anyway, if anyone has any questions about that, shoot me a message. I'd love to help you out. I've got rear delts, and then I'll go home and I'll catch you for post-workout.
Okie dokie, let's voice over this and give you a bit of an idea of how to cook your cream of rice so it's not clumpy and it tastes good. So let's start with about 100 grams of cream of rice and then add water in a 4:6 ratio. Then microwave for about 3 minutes. Then mix with a fork. Now the key tip there, you got to mix with a fork and then go back in again for about another minute. Stir again and repeat this process for about 30 to 45 seconds, maybe 3-4 times, depending on the consistency you desire.
All right, we are in for post-workout time. Cream of rice, something I prepared earlier, but I'm going to do a bit of a voiceover on how I actually prepare it because you wouldn't believe it. I get actually a lot of comments and a lot of people that ask me, "Hey Nick, how do you make your cream of rice?" Great question. Hopefully I've addressed that in the previous clip. But anyway, we've got the Adonis cream of rice in the chocolate. Again, I've actually been asked, what are some of the good flavors from Adonis in the cream of rice? They're all bloody delicious, to be fair. But chocolate just seems to just go with everything, go with all the protein flavors, and is a pretty good staple. Anyway, so we've got 100 grams of cream of rice in the chocolate flavor. We've then got 50 grams of whey in the white chocolate raspberry flavor, Rule 1. It's a new flavor, by the way. And you can also get it from, you can see it on top. I'm gonna focus. Rock Supplements. Shout out Rob and Liv. If you use code NICK10, you can get yourself 10% off. Anywho, then we've also got 150 raspberries on there, which brings us to a total of 90 grams of carbs, no fat, 50 protein. Excellent post-workout meal. So I haven't actually had this white chocolate raspberry in a sludge yet. I've had it mixed in oats and was delicious. So with that being said, let's do a bit of a taste test. So we need to get a bit of some white chocolate raspberry with raspberries and the chocolate cream of rice. Let's get a bit of everything in here. Bon appetit. Oh, that's good. Like you got the chocolate from, focus. There we go. Got the chocolate from the cream of rice, the white chocolate raspberry with the raspberries itself. You can't ask for much more, can you? Dieting's not hard. Not that I'm dieting, but if you were dieting, this would be a absolutely banging meal. Alrighty, meal number 4 about to go down. What do we have? We've got chicken, we've got rice, 150 chicken, 100 rice. We've got some tomato, homegrown tomato. How good's that? With the salt obviously on top. We've also got hot honey. We've got about 30 grams of hot honey. The best hot honey. How good is that? Not a honey fan, but hot honey, I am a fan. Then we've got some pineapple, mango, the leftovers of some mango, not much in the packet left, to accompany meal number 4 on the side. Let that melt for a bit while I eat the savory side of things. What a treat. And the hot honey as well. Great combo. In terms of the calories, you might be asking, 42 protein, trace fats, 128 carbohydrates in this meal. So nice little carbohydrate bomb for this afternoon. But anyway, I'm gonna crack on with a bit more work. Now this, catch you for the next meal. Meal number 5 and the final meal of the day. We have oats, we have whey, we have dark chocolate, we've got peanut butter, we've got some pineapple on the side. I've been on the big pineapple train lately as opposed to raspberry. I don't know why. And I've been a big fan of separating the fruit from being on top of the oats. I don't know. Maybe that's the only, is that the only, I was about to say that's
strange.
No, well that's the only acceptable form of segregation, isn't it?
Yes. Food
segregation. Anyway, so we've got banana whey oats. So I was having that at the back end of prep. I reckon I took some with us to Boston because I had a little bit left.
Yeah.
But we're back on that train. It's good, don't get me wrong, but I think chalky just needs to be the off-season way of choice. So that rounds out the calories for today. Full day of eating to get fucking huge. 250 protein, 500 carb, 70 fat on a training day. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're eating. Livy, do you want to tell them what you're eating?
I am eating.
You can show them as well.
Okay, it doesn't look very aesthetic now. But I'm eating. Oh, it actually does, doesn't it? I'm eating fried eggs in chili oil, in crispy chili oil on sourdough.
It does look bloody delicious, and it
10 out of
smells
10.
delicious. And what did you say it was equivalent to?
It smells like breakfast crossed with like the smell of walking down Chinatown.
Particularly Shanghai Village. Anyway, that's going to round it out. We've got the aircon pumping. It's hot. We're watching Love is Blind. Comment down below if you are watching Love is Blind. Do you watch Love is Blind? Don't say you don't watch Love is Blind, because you probably do. Anyway, that's going to round it out. If you like the video, comment down below. I don't know when this is going to be out. It's going to be out pre-baby, post-baby. Who knows? Check out the Instagram and you'll probably find out. Catch you in the next one.